What is going on, peasants? My name is JB, and we are back here today with our Week 2 matchup in the UPBA. This week we are taking on Shady YT, coach of the Buffalo Drills, which is a freaking fantastic logo, might I add. But be sure to check him out, as well as all of the other coaches in the description. That's how that sentence was supposed to go. But let's go ahead and go over his team real quick. You can see he has the Zero Aura, the Infernape, the Tangrowth, Donphan, Mega Aggron, Aromatisse, Gastrodon, Golbat, Dusknoir, regular Kyurem, and Alakazam, with Infernape and Dusknoir being his two Z users. All in all, a really scary team. His first 2 months are very fast pivots with Zero Aura and Infernape. 2 months that just hit really hard and pivot around and are very fast, just really fast mons that can do a lot of damage. Tangrowth is a very disgusting just mon that doesn't die, can pretty much switch into 81 hit and comfortably take it. Donphan, sort of same thing, good hazard remover, good hazard setter as well. Very bulky on the physical side, not that bulky on the special side. Mega Aggron, you guys have been around this channel for a while, you know Mega Aggron is my absolute least favorite Pokemon to prep for in the entire format, so I was really sad when I saw I had to play it, but at least I'm getting out of the way week 2, so it is what it is. Aromatisse is a fat fairy that can pass wishes into Mega Aggron. It can Trick Room, it can Nasty Plot as well, so it could be a decent threat offensively if he decides to bring it. Doesn't get the best coverage in the world, though. I think got like Bull Beam coverage would be super good. Gastrodon, another really fat mon, doesn't get rocks, but it's his only ground. No, it's not his only ground type. I'm stupid. This is only water type, I do believe. But yeah, it's a fat mon, can scald, can recover, can toxic things. It's very annoying. Probably gonna be Rindo Berry because, you know, it does die to most grass moves if it's not Rindo Berry. Funnily enough, it's actually not fat. Like, you think you see a Gastrodon on your opponent's team, like, oh, I could just slap grass onto something and be fine. No, that thing's not heavy. It doesn't take a lot from grass nuts. Golbat is an Eviolite mon, can defog, can also U-turn around, can just be a general annoyance. Dusknoir can hit actually really freaking hard, has Frisk, the best ability in the game. Don't at me. It has a really fun move pool too. It gets like all the elemental punches. It gets Shadow Sneak for priority. It gets Earthquake. It gets stuff like that. So yeah, it's a really cool mon. But yeah, it can hit relatively hard as well. Would not be surprised to see that. Subroost Kyurem is a definite problem, sort of, for my team. But yeah, it can also just click buttons and things start dropping. You guys saw how well I use Kyurem in the PCL. Really cool mon. Could definitely see that coming as well. And then Alakazam is a cool mon. It's fast. It can hit hard. Sort of in the mold of Zero Aura and Infernape. It's just really frail and doesn't, really take hits all that well. But it's pretty fast and decently hard hitting, I guess. So yeah, it could be a fun mon to play as well. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the team we are bringing. I want to give a shout out to Dai, John Jr., and Dorian, and anyone else who helped me build this team. They didn't build the team for me. I build most of my own teams. However, this first set, Tight did come up with the spread, and for the life of me, I cannot tell you what the hell he was trying to live. I literally calced everything, and it lives any one hit from everything on his team, so maybe that's what he's going for. But anyway, we have Lily, our Gothorita, with an Eviolite. We have Shadow Tag is the ability. We have Psyshock, Calm Mind, Charm, and Rest. So the basic idea here is we can trap stuff like Gastrodon in setup. We can trap Tangrowth if we see it doesn't have knockoff. Same with Donphan. Same with some Aromatisse sets as well. So yeah, this thing just puts in a ton of work. If Mega Aggron is gone and I can trap something like Gastrodon in setup, this game is pretty much over. He does not have the best Psychic switch-ins. He doesn't have a Dark type on his roster. So that is definitely something that I'm going to look to exploit here with Lily. For those of you wondering about the nickname, it's because Lily had a goth phase in How I Met Your Mother, and I couldn't come up with anything better, so yeah, we got Lily, our Gothorita. But yeah, we have Charm. Charm was actually a Walmart idea. We originally had Reflect, but Charm does the same thing. I don't have to worry about re-clicking it. I can just charm something like Mega Aggron if I absolutely have to. I'll just put it this way. +6 Psyshock to just like a Spadef Mega Aggron with no physical defense investment is a possible 5-hit KO. And if he has Rest, it's a yikes. So even if I charm him, it could get really gross if that's the matchup we're in. And yeah, I might not want to play that, so I might just throw that particular scenario if we get into that scenario. But hopefully, ideally, we get rid of Mega Aggron, and then Gothorita just sort of wins the game. So yeah, it's a little bit scummy, but I mean, hey, it's exactly what Gothorita is expected to do, and if you don't prep for it, that's kind of on you then. So I don't feel as bad. Next up, we have Brain Freeze, our Choreogonal. This one has a fantastic matchup in this game. We have Freeze Dry, Hidden Power Ground, Rapid Spin, and Recover. We have Speed for the Kyurem. He does not have anything that was base 100 that I felt I need that speed. He doesn't even have a base 100 speed one, as far as I can tell. If I'm wrong, then, well, whatever. But basically, the idea here is, of course, Freeze Dry, 2-hit KOs almost every Gastrodon spread there is, unless he's max speed F like a Soul Vest. I'm pretty sure I don't 2-hit KO, but if he's just like regular max speed F, I'm 2-hit KO with extra belt plus near max special attack. We have Hidden Power Ground as a way to do some damage to the Mega Aggron. It also hits the Zero Aura and Infernape, which could be possible pivots under this thing, considering they can hit this thing back for super effective damage. So having Hidden Power Ground is nice. Then we have Rapid Spin to keep our hazards up, which you guys can see I only have one hazard set of this game, so you can sort of guess where I'm going with that, and the rest is just slapped into HP. But yeah, this one is basically a really good check for Gastrodon. Doesn't care about getting burned. It can pivot into the Skull to endlessly. It's immune to Earth Power if he decides to bring that. If you Toxic to me, it's cool. I'm just going to click Freeze Dry and force him out every time. So this is basically just my I don't feel like getting stalled by Gastrodon button. Next up, we have Thunderbird, our Tapu Koko, with Electric MZ. We have Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, Dazzling Gleam, and U-Turn. We have Speed for Jolly Infernape. And basically the idea here was I wanted to do as much damage as I could to Mega Aggron because I hate prepping for that thing. Modest Z Thunderbolt has like I believe a 40% chance to kill max speed F Aggron from full, so if I get a little bit of chip damage off on it, it's like Thunderbolt into Z Thunderbolt kills or vice versa. So yeah, this is a good check to get rid of Mega Aggron, which like I said, I hate playing that Pokemon. You can see I have Arcanine on this team, so I don't really have to worry about taking too many Earthquakes or Heavy Slams. So I haven't always pivoted into that thing as well. And especially, I also haven't always pivoted into this thing. I guess we can just go ahead and talk about Arcanine in conjunction with it, because we have Will-O-Wisp on our Arcanine. Of course, we have Flamethrower, which is a guaranteed 2-hit KO on max speed F, or guaranteed 3-hit KO on max speed F Mega Aggron. So we have Will-O-Wisp to help sort of weaken that thing's Heavy Slams, that thing's Earthquakes and stuff like that. So either I can just, spam Flamethrower against it, or if I have to, I can just pivot into Koko, live an Earthquake, live a Heavy Slam, and then drop his Z Thunderbolt on it and, get rid of it that way. D-Gleam is also nice for hitting stuff like Tangrowth neutrally, for hitting stuff like Kyurem super effectively. I believe if he's no bulk, I'm pretty sure I just outright Oko with modest Dazzling Gleam if he's just like a lot of speed and max special attack. If he has some HP though, I'm pretty sure he can live. He can EV to live a modest and then, like I said, Grass Knot doesn't Oko Gastrodons, but I decided to slap it on anyway, just because he could pivot into it, and it's relatively free against Koko. And of course, if he is running a Rindo Bear, it's going to do even less. We have Dazzling Gleam to chip it down and potentially put it in range, depending on his investment and rolls and whatnot. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get back into Arcanine. Like I said, we have Intimidate, we have Flamethrower, Will-O-Wisp, Roar, and Morning Sun. Roar helps us, deal with like a potential Curse Mega Aggron or like a Nasty Plot Aromatisse or anything that would want to set up, of course. Subcurum, we have Morning Sun for recovery, we have Will-O-Wisp to burn crap like the Zero Aura, the Mega Aggron most notably. Donphin, if we can catch that, it'd be cool as well. We don't really want to burn a whole lot of things, as I've already mentioned. You can probably tell why with our next mon, but I believe the investments on this guy were to live a Specs Draco from Kyurem, if I'm not mistaken. That looks right. Should also be able to live any one hit from Zam, and yeah, I'm thinking that's right. Maybe it was to get 3-hit KO'd by Scald. I'm pretty sure it was to guarantee that was Gastrodon uninvested Scald was a 3-hit KO. I'm pretty sure that's what that was actually, now that I think about it. And the rest was just thrown into physical defense. So decided not to run any speed because don't really need speed. I already outspeed everything on this team that would be slower than him, and I don't really feel the need to speed tie with Kyurem because Kyurem's just gonna blow me back anyway. Next up, we got I Got Nothing, our Cofagrigus. Give me a Cofagrigus nickname. Cryptocurrency was something that Shay has used in the past, and it doesn't fit on Wi-Fi, so I got nothing. If you got a Cofagrigus nickname, let me know. I'll nickname Cofagrigus, but after some good suggestion. But anyway, you can see we have Toxic Spikes, Will-O-Wisp, Pain Split, and Hex. He has 2 forms of removal in this game. One of them is a Golbat, which I really don't see coming against a Latios plus Tapu Koko team. And the other one is Donphin, which he cannot Rapid Spin against Cofagrigus because Ghost type. So Toxic Spikes are very, very good in this game. I definitely want to make sure I get those up early. Will-O-Wisp is also nice for hitting the Mega Aggron. That's the only real reason we have both, because I really want to get Mega Aggron burn to help, give Koko a better chance to deal with it, as well as giving Mega Aggron or Arcanine, excuse me, a better chance to deal with it. We have Pain Split for recovery, and then we have Hex to just sort of hit stuff hard. Like Hex plus T-Spikes just sort of goes in. Like he doesn't really have the best resistances to this thing. The only ghost resist I see on his roster is the Mega Aggron. I'm pretty sure. Does Mega Aggron actually resist? I think it does. I don't remember. No, it doesn't, but it's not taking a lot because it's a Mega Aggron, so that's whatever. The physical defense investment allows us to live, I think it was to make Heavy Slam at 3 KO, I'm pretty sure. We also live 1 Flare Blitz from full from Banded Ape. I think we live, I don't know if we live a Z Flare Blitz from Ape, I'm not really sure. I don't remember the calcs. I built this team almost 2 weeks ago at this point, and I just played the game like 30 minutes ago as I'm recording this, so that is what that is. And then last but certainly not least, we have Southwest Arladios, just rocking a Choice Vex set with Psychic, Ice Beam, Dragon Pulse, and Psyshock. The reason we have both Psychic and Psyshock is in case he wants to bring like a Calm Mind Alakazam, or a Calm Mind Aromatisse, or even like a Calm Mind Zeraora. You know, just, I didn't really need a 4th move. Earthquake I didn't really feel like bringing Earthquake, and I don't get anything to hit Mega Aggron super effectively. But Psychic plus, or Dual Stab plus Ice Beam really just sort of run train on this team, so just decided to do that. Dragon Pulse over Draco because I don't need Draco to kill Kyurem from full, so that's why we have that. And then we have speed for Jolly or just Timid Infinite. And that is the squad. Let's go ahead and get into the battle right about meow. Okay, so getting into the game, you can see that Shady ended up bringing the Infernape, the Zeraora, the Gastrodon, Aromatisse, Mega Aggron, and the Dusknoir. So he ended up bringing both of his users, as well as just a lot of fat with the Gastrodon, as well as the Aromatisse and the Mega Aggron. Was really hoping I wouldn't see the Mega Aggron, but of course we end up seeing the Mega Aggron. So I end up leading off with my Cryogonal here, as like I said earlier. Be sure to go check out Shady in the description down below and show him some love. And yeah, good luck, have fun, all that sort of stuff. So I completely forgot about my idea to lead with T-Spikes, and I was running out of time, so I just sort of panic picked the lead because I was looking at my team and I looked at the items and I realized I forgot my Z Crystal on Coco. Yay! So I'm like, ah, crap, do I want to ask to restart? Nah, screw it. And then I was running out of time, so I just panic led with Cryogonal, as he ends up leading off with Infernape, which is worst case scenario. So I just pivot right into Caldago, and I don't really, you know, have the best switch-ins to fighting types. I didn't want to let Gigas take a close combat early if he wanted to predict and go for that, but he just goes for a Flare Blitz, as you can see, and ends up doing not a whole hell of a lot. I am a pretty bulky Arcanine. I do have max HP and some defense IVs, EVs, whatever, to you know, help deal with this thing and, you know, get that little bit of leftovers and all that sort of stuff. So predicting him to switch out here, I wasn't really fearing a Z close combat, as I could live that after Intimidate. And if he was mixed with like Z Focus Blast, been a good play. I should be able to live that, though I'm a plus for Def Nature, as he does end up switching out into the Gastrodon. And I managed to land a Willow on that, which is always nice. I clicked the Willow because it was the best play versus everything. I didn't really want to click Flamethrower and have him get something in for free when I could just get a burn on something. And luckily I managed to land it. So I'm going to switch out into Lily, which is our Gothorita. And let me just go ahead and apologize because this gets pretty damn gross. I'm probably going to speed up these next few turns because you guys can see where this is going. This is one of the things that Gothorita could set up on relatively well. So we're going to end up, you know, clicking some Calm Minds, and I do have to click Rest at some point. So I'll see when this is less disgusting. I'm sorry.
Potato flew around my room before you came. A potato flew around my room. A potato flew around my room before you came.
Okie dokie, so we wake up here. I decided to go for another Calm Mind, as I needed at least +3 to guarantee I kill this stupid Gastrodon, because Gastrodon sucks and I want to kill it, and also I suck for doing that. But at this point in time, as you see, he fires up an Ice Beam. At this point in time, with Mega Aggron still around, I don't really see the point in, as he actually gets a crit, which sucks, but naturally, Guthrie is very bulky. So I'm just gonna go for a Psyshock here. I could have, you know, played through this again and try to get +6/+6, but with Mega Aggron around, like I said, it's a possible 5-hit KO to split def Mega Aggron. And even with Charm, I didn't want to put myself or anyone through that, so I decided to kill off the Gastrodon, which is more than enough for me, I feel like, as he's going to go for a knockoff, which I do live any Life Orb hit. As you can see, he ends up not being Life Orb, thankfully, or maybe he wasn't Life Orb, and I actually just got a lucky roll there. If he was Banded, I died, so I'm not really sure what he is. Could be like Sugar Berry or something like that, but he's going to go for 2 knockoffs and finish off Lily. Like I said, I could have, you know, potentially click Charm and stuff like that and kept that thing around a little bit longer, but with Mega Aggron around, didn't really see it as worth. So we'll just take the Gastrodon kill and a lot of damage on Zeraora. So I can just bring a Tapu Koko here. And with this thing in, I decided to just fire off a Dazzling Gleam, as I didn't really have the best switch-ins to all the sorts of coverage that this thing gets, so I just wanted to go ahead and fire off a big old hit on something. As you can see, he ends up going into the Aggron, which I really thought he was going to go into, but on the off chance he wanted to sack Zeraora, I decided to just click Dazzling Gleam, as he will just Mega Evolve and I believe just click like Rocks or Earthquake or something. I'm pretty sure he just goes for Rocks here. As I fire off a T-Ball, I don't have the Z-Crystal like I said, so it kind of sucks. He could have potentially been in range from here. Probably not though. But yeah, he's just going to get his Rocks up. And I'm like, okay, this sucks. I'm just going to let, Tapu Koko probably just, spam Thunderbolt here until it goes down or until he goes into Zeraora. But you can see that Thunderbolt still did a hell of a lot, even, it's still a modest T-Ball. I don't have my Z-Crystal, but it still did a lot of damage. It's still meant to do a lot. So I decided to U-turn out, predicting the Zeraora will come in, as he actually just stays in, which really sucks. So it could have just killed the Mega Aggron there. And as you can see, it sucks even more because I'm going to go into my Latios. He's going to click Heavy Slam. It did a lot, but I lived. Except for the fact that he crit my Respects Lottie, which had no switch-ins. That really sucks. It's it's pretty obvious why that sucks, but yeah, it's just annoying. So I can bring in the Caldoggo here, and I believe I just fire off a Flamethrower. Just really wanted to kill this thing. It was in range at this point. I'm pretty sure, basing off how much that Thunderbolt did, I'm pretty sure I could have picked it off with the Flamethrower. So I just click it here, as he does go into the Aromatisse, which will take a solid amount from that. So that tells me he's not like a fully Spadef Aromatisse, based on how much damage that did. So at this point, I don't really want to let this thing get toxic. So I see this as my opportunity to finally get my T-Spikes up with my Cofagrigus. If you went for a Nasty Ball here, that would have been really scary, as he actually just fires on a Wish, which really sucks because there's a Mega Aggron in the back that's very low, and there is a Zeraora in the back that's very low. So it's a little bit annoying that he just goes for a Wish right in my face, but there's nothing I can really do about it. So I do just decide to get up a layer of T-Spikes here, and yeah, hopefully get things going from there. He will just go ahead and Wish Pass right back into the Mega Aggron, as I get my old T-Spike up. That's all I only really need one layer to spam Hex against this team, but getting up 2 layers would be really nice for stuff like the Aromatisse especially. It could also be like a Calm Mind variant that could be just annoying to deal with, so I would love to get my second layer up. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for a Will-O-Wisp here, as that was also one of my main priorities going into this game, was burning this stupid thing, as he just actually goes for a Roar. So that is pretty damn obnoxious, not gonna lie. So he actually roars me into Tapu Koko, which is best case scenario because I burned him and I get Koko in front of him, get that terrain back up, and can continue to click modest Thunderbolts. I am pretty scared to click it because he does still have that Zeraora in the back, and I don't want to let that thing get back to full for free. But I did decide to click Thunderbolt here anyway, as he just stays in with Mega Aggron. And you can see just how much that does. He goes for a Heavy Slam, which will not, does around half-ish still. It brings me down to around half-ish, even burn, so that would have done a ton with, out the burn. So he showed that he wanted to sack the Aggron earlier to Koko, so I decided to just click Thunderbolt and see if he still makes the same play, and he does. So thankfully we get rid of the Mega Aggron. That's fantastic. I hate that Pokemon with a passion, so I'm really glad that get rid of that thing without too much hassle, honestly. So he's gonna go for into his Duckstorm here instead of these Zeraora. So I'm like, okay, are you gonna pivot? I'm not really sure what you're gonna want to do. So I'm just gonna click a T-Ball, and you can see it does big damage to the Dusknoir. As he fires off a Z move and it ends up being Gigavolt Havoc. I guess that was a way to help deal with +1 defense Hawlucha. I guess that was what he was going for. It makes sense, so pretty cool bring, honestly, as he's just gonna get the Gigavolt off, and you can see Koko actually takes this relatively well. We do have some HP investment on this guy. You can see it doesn't do a whole hell of a lot. So at this point, I just decided to click another Thunderbolt and just see if he can pick me off with Shadow Sneak. Since he is adamant, it's a chance to kill. So he just fire off a Sneak if he was adamant. I'm not really sure. I don't know if he is adamant. But yeah, he's just gonna go for the Shadow Sneak. I assume he was, because I'd be jolly. But yeah, we just live the Shadow Sneak, get the T-Ball off, and the Dusknoir goes down. So he does go into the Infernape here over the Zeraora again. I'm like, okay, bro, you have a thing that outspeeds me, and you can just click whatever, and I die. But he actually goes into Infernape, and I'm like, okay, I can sack my Koko off here. This will tell me if he's Scarf Ape, because I was designed to outspeed. Jolly Ape is, of course, and it turns out he was a Scarf Infernape, so that's good knowledge to have in the back. But at this point, I only have special attackers left, and this thing is gross. This thing is very, very gross, so going to be tough to deal with this thing if it wants to be like a Calm Mind variant that has Heal Bell. That could really be annoying. Yeah, we haven't seen an item though, so I'm not really sure what his item was. It could have been like, I mean, what's my steel type? He could have been a berry for like Gyro Ball. I'm not really sure though. He could have been like, he's not a 50% berries. We'll find out soon. I'm not really sure what his item was on this. Maybe Focus Sash. I'm not really sure what his item was on this. So go check out his side if you want to know why he wasn't leftovers here. So yeah, I'm just gonna spin because I want to be able to pivot my Arcanine into the Infernape easier. So, and also be able to switch in my Caralgo no more without, you know, taking 25% every turn. He does go for a Wish Protect, and I get my Comfort Gigas in on the Protect. And I'm just going to start firing off Hexes, and you can see it actually does a huge amount of damage to this thing, further telling me that it's not a fully physically defensive set. A fully specially defensive set, excuse me. And you can see it just does, you know, just racking up that damage. He goes for a Wish, and he will go for a Protect here, but I believe if he wanted to, like, you know, PP saw this a little bit, I believe eventually I would have, you know, worn him down and won this 1v1, because I was doing more damage than he was healing by a small amount, so, with, you know, the poison and whatnot. This is why I really want that second layer up for this thing specifically, but, yeah, I'm just going to go for a second Hexes. He actually just goes for a Moonblast, deciding not to prolong it any longer, because I believe, you know, he just decided that he saw that I would eventually win it out. So he's just gonna go for a Moonblast, get some damage off, and he actually gets a special attack drop, which is not insignificant because it means I potentially don't kill Infernape with a Hex at that point. So it's pretty obnoxious. So I do just go for a Hex as he decides not to Protect. He would have died to poison next turn anyway. So the Aromatisse goes down, which is lovely. And all he has left is the Zero Aura and the Infernape. So the two really fast, really hard-hitting, really frail things are left versus a team of not exactly bulky things physically, so except for the Infernape. He does go into, or my Arcanine he does go into his Infernape. Words are hard, bro, I swear. So I just bring in Caldago here. This is why I need to live com more, because post comps suck. I'm really bad at them, if you guys couldn't tell. So he goes into the Arcanine, or I go into the Arcanine on the Infernape, and he just fires off a Flare Blitz to get the -1. And you can see that just does not do a whole hell of a lot. Like I said, you know, Arcanine, pretty good check to this thing, since we know that it is Scarf locked into Flare Blitz at this point. He could have clicked Close Combat there and honestly done a lot, but of course, you know, I had to Ghost Type in front of him, so it's understandable that he didn't want to do that. As he just goes for another Flare Blitz, and I believe I'm Morning Sun here, wanting to assure that I can, you know, just live better, I think is what I do. Yeah, Morning Sun once, and yeah, just to make sure that I don't, like, get crit into dead, basically. I think he could have killed me with 2 crits in a row from like half, so I just wanted to Morning Sun up just to be sure that I could take this thing on 1v1. So he's going to go for a Flare Blitz, and I'm just going to start spamming Flamethrower, as there's not a whole hell of a lot he can do to Arcanine at this point, especially with this Infernape. If he wants to switch out, I did expect him to switch out and honestly like try to like play around my Comfort Gigas, but he just decides to stay in, go for the Flamethrower, or I go for the Flamethrower, and you see he does a decent amount of damage, getting that leftovers back. Very nice as well. But yeah, I can just, you know, spam Flamethrower. The Flare Blitz will come off Uno Mas time and get that little bit of recoil. You can see that Caldago is still above half. Get a Flamethrower off, which will finish off the Infernape. And then last but certainly not least is his Zero Aura, which cannot OHKO me with anything from this range unless he's like Banded Plasma Fist, but even then I don't think he kills me. From where I'm at, I'm pretty sure, not really sure, but you'll see here in a second that he ends up being a Thunderbolt, and I can just finish this thing off for the second week in a row with our Caldago. As, you know, here it comes with T-Bolts. Doesn't do that much damage. We are very sped F Arcanine, and there is the Flamethrower, and the Zero Aura goes down, and we pick up a nice 3-0 win in week 2 of the UPBA. So with that being said, be sure to go check out Shady as well as all the other coaches' videos going up today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.